brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this New Year's Day matchup. It's the Colts and the Broncos, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. KJ Hamler returning it. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on speed.
There he goes, left side. 20, 10. His sixth touchdown this season, and the Broncos have taken the early lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Let's go.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence. On play action, Lawrence. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Colts. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 78 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. This one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. A big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Everyone's scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. A great play there. 79 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will find the end zone here. The lead moves up to 7. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out. Let's go! Let's go!
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Williams going to get it again on second down. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now it's Wilson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 64 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They go play action with Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Touchdown, Colts! Touchdown! Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the So he's going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Wilson on first down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. To throw again on second down, Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might not take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Mike, 53.
A throw on first down with Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Protect yourself, man. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion or would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed it.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown.
It is an 8th rushing touchdown and 9th overall on the year.
And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. McManus's point after is good. And they'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from ground. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, old momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action with Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well. The offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
To throw is Wilson. That's complete. Okuebuna. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the 1st down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
This one swung out to Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They gave him the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Wilson will throw again. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Those third windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Touchdown, Broncos! With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kicks away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting the lead, so you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They go play action now. Lawrence rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, but like that. Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Looking for Campbell downfield. He's got him in. complete. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play there just before halftime.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hines. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding it at the 2. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
It certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
It off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Hamler now to return it. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Let's go!
Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field.
He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call him, the West Coast offense, the long handoff. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson.
That one slants to McLaurin.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Well, we get our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And it's the Titans on top as that one draws close to halftime. Will Fuller, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the AFC South as we make the trip to Houston to check on the Texans.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you got to call that both ways.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
And plays like that is what this defense needs here in the second half to give a little spot. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And a solid run down inside the 30. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
Sliding out of the pocket.
And he'll find Pittman.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give the receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To the right side, this is Taylor.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It'll only be a gain of 1 yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
Brandon, they're still in the momentum. Certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Trying to regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Taylor.
And he'll go backwards. Losing yardage to the 5. A rough go there on 3rd down. A loss of 4.
It's interesting where we are in the game now. The analytics folks, they might tell you to kick the field goal and make it a 2-score game. But you have to wonder if emotionally they're thinking, let's go for the touchdown and try and slam the door.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though. 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Let's go.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
It's going to be a long day.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 52 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves it with 3rd and 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You can give your superstar the ball and continue to field.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
4th down. Here's Lawrence. He'll buy some time right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Michael Davis. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks
college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Wilson's throw there, complete to Hamler. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. To throw again on second down. Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that's caught by Williams. And he will have a Broncos first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way back for the Broncos score. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Colts set to take over here offensively. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call. And it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field game.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. They'll run on first down. Hines. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Lawrence will throw. He'll check this down to Hines. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Play action. It's Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. On the run. He'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And this one is incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On play action, Lawrence. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. On first down, it's Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So